Okay. Hi, John.
Hi.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
So, how have you been since last week?
I've been okay.
Good. Has anything major happened in your life? Have you anything going on right now?
No, just still struggling with the same issues.
Okay. So I know last time we were together, we talked about a couple goals. I wanted to ask you, if you remember what those goals were and if you've made any progress.
Unfortunately, I don't remember. The goals.
Okay, that's fine. So I believe one of the goals, was to just work on, you mentioned that, so you mentioned that you were having some issues sexually.
Mhm.
And I was wondering if you wanted to talk about that with me. That was okay.
What aspect?
Sure. So when did these problems start happening?
They really started happening after my wife Amelia started wanting to have a child and just pressuring us to have that child. Was when I realized that I kept having these negative thoughts that were kind of blocking my ability to concentrate.
Mm-hmm. Have you talked about this with her?
After our last session, I was able to kind of have a talk with her, just explaining a little bit what we talked about, and just kind of reflecting on how the overall experience was making me feel.
Mm-hmm. Has she, what have been her feelings about you having these issues sexually?
She doesn't resent me for not being able to perform. She understands that, but she does resent the fact that I have negative thoughts about us starting a family.
Now, you mentioned just now that you did talk to her about our last session. What did you talk about, like, specifically, and what were her feelings about it?
I talked to her specifically about just about how I was feeling overall. I realized afterwards, just talking about it helped me put things in perspective and gave me the words needed to be able to communicate that with her. And just told her my fears of becoming a father at such a late age.
And how did she react to that?
She kind of thought I was silly. She said that because she views me as still being very healthy and young, and that she kind of just doesn't see that as a good reason for being so negative about starting a family.
And you said that she considers you healthy and young, so you don't see yourself that way.
I see myself as healthy. I don't see myself as young because I look at the end goal. I see just because the baby is born now, while I'm 50, 55, doesn't mean by the time he's 10, that's 60, 65. So that's when I start to become old. When they need me the most is when I'm going to be my old. That's when I'm going to be old.
And have you brought that up to her about how in 10 years you'll be 60, 65, you won't be as healthy maybe as you are now?
Yes.
And what does she say?
She still thinks it's silly. She said that I'll be fine.
What do you think she means by silly?
Just like it's just something I shouldn't be worried about. It's silly to think about.
But you don't think it's silly?
Not at all. I think if it's affecting my performance and distracting me that much in life, that it's something serious. And
do you think that these negative thoughts about having a child late in life are the only things that are affecting your sex life?
Yeah, it really is. I haven't had these issues until we came across this issue.
And talking about the last session, you said it helped your relationship with her at least a little bit. Like, I should have phrased that differently. You said that talking about it with her helped you feel better.
Yes, yeah, it did make me feel better just to be able to express my feelings because I didn't feel validated. And then after talking about it, I definitely, at least being heard, I knew that at least I tried to communicate my thoughts and feelings. So it did make it a little bit better, but not enough to see an improvement in our sex life.
Do you not feel heard all the time?
I think bottom line, her not at least accepting it as something of importance to me makes it so I don't feel heard. Even though I feel validated that because I said it to myself, being, I feel happy that I was able to have the courage to say it, but her not being able to then validate it is what keeps me feeling unheard.
Mm-hmm. Have you thought about your physical problem and how maybe there's something, I know it's more of a mental block. Have you thought about there being a physical block at all and if you should see a physician at all about it?
I definitely don't think it's about I don't think it's a physical, just because seeing where it happened
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that this happened right when I started feeling this way,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not because I'm not attracted to her,
Mm-hmm.
or it's not because of my body not functioning correctly. I know it's in the moment. I cannot get it out of my mind, and that's the issue.
I just wanted to rule that out. Did you have any other goals for us to have in our time together?
To be honest, that's pretty much my main goal.
Okay. Since talking to her was very helpful to you, I really want to make that a goal to always talk to her after our sessions about our session and what we talk about. Does that sound okay with you?
Yeah. If you don't mind, could you help me maybe construct a way of so I can present it in a way that would help me get my point across? Because I feel like if I don't communicate it correctly, she won't validate it.
Have you ever thought about writing a letter to her?
No.
Would you think that would be helpful to you?
I think that would be really helpful.
Okay. Lon, why don't we try planning on that? You writing a letter to her about the session and how you feel, and especially about validation, because that seems to be really important. And then next week we'll get back together and we'll talk about what you wrote in the letter and how she took that. Okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
That was a good ending.
Thank you.
Good.